So I finally got the keys to the Invicto, and as you can see, it's a very neat key fob. And there's the car, well, MPV rather. And we all know that it's a rebadged Toyota Innova Hycross. But being a Maruti and getting this nice famous badge up front does make a difference. And I will get to talking about where the Invicto fits, how does badge engineering work, and all of that in a bit. But first, let's take a look at the vehicle itself. So from a design perspective, it's largely the same as the Hycross. There's no change in the sheets or the metal, but up front, you do get the headlight elements looking a little different, and of course the nice large Suzuki grille with the logo right there. I love these nice chrome strips. I think it makes it look rather elegant and gives it a great touch. The vehicle we have over here also sports this nice blacked out top right there, which looks great. But you view it head on, you can see that it's got a very premium upmarket look, and everything has been built and put together rather well. So even low down, you can see the fit and finish is perfect. The bumper looks great. It's got a nice sporty appeal to it. Do forgive me, we are out here in Kimsar in Rajasthan, and it's been raining, so the car is got a little bit of dirt on it. But apart from that, no apologies for anything else. Uh, Again, going back, you can see nice, neat design elements. The grille has this nice motif on it, looks brilliant. Down here, you've got these neat light fittings. So done well up front. I think there's no complaints on the design. The bonnet also, when you look at it from over here, you can see that it's got this nice crease which adds to its sort of sporty appeal. And when you're seated inside and you're looking out over the bonnet, it is a really nice look. You know that you're sitting in something big and plush and premium. So I'll show you that angle as well in a bit. But over here, we've got nice alloys. This one's riding on Apollo tires, and it comes on 215/60 R17. So you got 17-inch wheels, and it looks pretty good, no? I think the ratio of wheel size to the vehicle is typical MPV, typical Innova, which sort of sets the benchmark in this class. And this being a rebadged one gets exactly the same. Design-wise, the Invicto gets a lot of SUV sort of styling as well. Despite being an MPV, it's got a really nice stance to it. You got these flared elements running along over here at the back that help give it a little bit more character. I think the chrome strip along the window again helps break the design and give you that element over there. At the back, you can see that the lighting is, the housing is the same as the Innova Hycross, and but it is these interior elements. You see these three elements over here. They light up real nice, and they give the Invicto a slightly different look. So subtle changes is what it's all about. But by and large, the engineering is all the same. The platform is exactly the same. The parts, there's no difference. But overall, there's also nothing to complain about. I mean, you are getting a Maruti product and Toyota's build quality. So it is a heady combination, and that really seems to be working. Nice angles. You can see that it's a very good looking vehicle. I'll just give you another once over of the outside. You can see that, the way the light plays off the surfaces is rather nice, and the vehicle does have a rather beautiful stance. But as we move towards the cabin, you can see that it is the most upmarket product that has ever had the Suzuki badge. Very neatly appointed cabin, lovely seats, ample space in all three rows. And up front, you've got a nice large screen which has your connectivity, so your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto, all of that is on board. And of course, navigation and everything. I am driving the AT version, and the Invicto is all about being a strong hybrid. So there's only strong hybrid variants in the market. And this being the top line one, it gets all the bells and whistles. So up here you've got the nice panoramic sunroof, lots of storage spaces along the doors. So everything feels rather upmarket and nice to touch. You got the start stop right here. Give it a whirl and it's on because it's a hybrid, a strong hybrid at that. It's actually now on your EV mode and battery mode. So very neat looking machine and very well appointed too. So over here you can see that there's an EV mode button, there's different drive modes, and you can mess around with the parking camera. So this is the SmartPlay Pro Magnum unit. So that's what Maruti's infotainment system is called, and there is a lot you can do with it. Uh, Again, toying around with it, you can customize it a little bit, you can set your wallpapers, and like I said earlier, you've got your connectivity. This morning we've driven about a little over 100 kilometers to get from Jodhpur out to Kimsar, and you can see that it's done 13.1 kilometers to the liter. Largely a highway run, a few small towns, and I would say that this is extremely decent for a 2-liter petrol engine that is powering this massive MPV. So efficiency is on point, if you ask me. I don't think there's anything to complain about over there. And power delivery is also something that you rather enjoy with the way the Invicto drives. Apart from that, going back to other features, you've got cruise control, you got your steering mounted controls for accessing a few voice commands, talking on the phone, toggling through various features on the infotainment system. So it is there. Compared to the Hycross, there are elements that are missing, but they're few and far in between. But when you come to the top model Hycross, the one big change is actually in the second row, where the Hycross features those awesome ottoman seats. Over here you get two very plush captain seats. Comfort is really something you don't want to complain about at all. There's ample headroom, legroom, and everything in between. You've also got this neat sort of console with cup holders over here, adding to that premium feel. I've got a lot of stuff in the back, but it also gives you an idea of the space that the third row has. It's a full third row. You can get 3 people back here. There's ample leg room as well. So really no complaints. Getting in the back is typical Innova. So flip one of the seats and get into the back. The boot is also a first for Maruti because it is the first time you get an electronically operated boot lid. And as you can see, even with all 3 rows, there's enough to get quite a bit of baggage in here for a weekend getaway or a little more. I don't think that that's ever been a problem with the Innova series of vehicles, and the Invicto being a part of that is now benefiting from all that space. So that's about it on space and features and what you get with the Invicto. Again, very classily done. I really like the way it rides. The ride quality is fantastic. And moving on to what lies underneath the hood. So I'm just going to try and do this one-handed. I'm going to try and pop open that bonnet and give you a peek. So it is a strong hybrid, as I mentioned earlier. Hang on. There you go. So this is what you get underneath the hood, and it is a strong hybrid. So you've got the 2-liter petrol engine over here. You've got it, running along with an electric motor, and it's about 184 PS of power, which is more than enough to power this up to 3-digit speeds rather easily and keeping things economical as well. I think the drive feel is premium and plush. The overall ride quality is outstanding. There's really very little to complain about. But from a product standpoint, we know that it is a rebadged Toyota Innova Hycross. So a lot of you must be wondering, so how does this work? Okay, well, badge engineering, this is not something new. We see it all the time. Renault and Nissan do it, Hyundai and Kia do it, and now we've got Suzuki and Toyota doing it. Now, you've got two levels of it. So you've also got the Volkswagen Group, which has the Slavia and the Virtus, or the Taygun and the Kushaq, as other examples of how badge engineering works. But some of these companies, they choose to go with a bit more changes in terms of design, in terms of features, in terms of even smaller bits like the way they set up their suspension and stuff like that. But largely, it is the same car, the same platform, and it's about economies of scale. So you're talking about the fact that Toyota can cater to an X amount of customers per year, but Maruti, with their service network, their dealer network, and their ability to reach out, can also cater to a lot more. So suddenly you have way more demand for the same product, essentially. Of course, the benefit being that it goes with a different badge. To draw an analogy, I got a very interesting perspective on this from a friend. And what he said was that in today's day and age, where you've got e-commerce and the growth of booming startups and businesses and all of that, you've also seen innovative things done by people who run cloud kitchens. One kitchen that essentially lists itself as 3 restaurants or 5 restaurants. At the same time, you've got sellers on various e-commerce platforms who build out a series of products, but then they rebrand them completely. So it's the same product in a different package, and that gives them more SKUs, and therefore it impacts profitability positively, helps you grow the business out. And to a large extent, I think that badge engineering is kind of like that. You are getting the same product. If you buy an Invicto or you buy a Hycross, your experience is pretty much going to be spot on and the same. But just to give you that extra bit of value add, what Toyota and Maruti have done is the way that they've slotted their variants. So Toyota has pure petrol variants as well, which form the bottom end. Then you've got the hybrid variants, and those hybrid variants have a lot of features. And Maruti has gone with only 3 hybrid variants, and they removed a few of the features, but kept the big ones, the main ones. And they've therefore been able to price the Invicto a little cheaper than what you get the Hycross for. And top end to top end, you're looking at about $1.5 lakh difference over there. And that really works out well. It gives people a larger range to choose from. You can toy around with brands, you can choose a brand you're comfortable with. And like I said, it's all about business and it's all about making those scales work. And that eventually helps keep the price in check. So on that note, the Invicto, it starts at about 24 lakhs and goes up to a little over 28 lakhs. It's available only as a strong hybrid, and well, it's out in the market now, and it is something that's worth considering. It is also Maruti's most expensive product till date, and it will be interesting to see how this story pans out for them. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you do have any questions or comments that you want to share, do write in. I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. And I do try and answer each and every query that does come in. So I look forward to hearing from all of you.